Hello, my name is Chris,
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jacob.
and today we're going to answer the quiz questions that we have today. Number one.
Question number one asked, what are 5 questions that you would ask to establish your, set the stage for your mobile marketing plan for a business? So, one of the 5 questions you got to ask is, what is your target market? Who are you trying to reach? Obviously, like the first step of marketing is, who are you trying to get your advertising to, to get them to see it? Question number 2 would be, how do you intend on reaching your target market? So the answer to that question is going to be social media, considering it's a social media class. I thought that was appropriate. Number 3 would be, what form of social media, what platforms are you going to use to reach your target market? Whether that be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, there are a lot of options out there available. And then the 4th question I would ask would be, how would you use that social media platform to reach your target market? So, a lot of companies use Twitter and, interact, answer complaints or, handle disputes with, like, when people say they have a discrepancy with a brand or a product. On Twitter, they directly respond to them on Twitter and, tell them to email a support group or contact this, that, and the other. That way they can get that issue resolved. And question number 5 I would ask would be, how do you tie in your social media initiative with your overall marketing initiative? And, that just comes from discussing with your marketing team on, what your goals are and how you're going to use social media to, ultimately increase sales revenue, because that's the largest goal.
Mm-hmm. Who had question 2? Question 2?
I had a question too. It was talking about what would you do for KPIs, like the key performance indicators, I guess, to keep track of what's going on. And I would say is one of the big ones would be a survey.
Okay.
And the reason why I'd say a survey is because it's just really, you can get a gauge. Like, if you want to do a survey at this time, wait, and then drop something, and then see, not drop something, but release something or do something for your company, and then do a post survey to see what people think. It might be able to tell, okay, these people are feeling iffy about this. We come out with something.
Just get a gauge on what your consumer base is feeling.
Yeah. And then when we come out with this or do whatever we're going to do, and then see if people like it or not. And the only way to do that is do another survey.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would be important because of the fact that it keeps customers involved also.
Mm-hmm. What was it called? KPI?
KPI.
Yeah, key performance indicator.
Key performance indicator.
Another one would be followers on your social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
Just to show like I said in the survey,
mm-hmm.
You do something, then you release something, and you see either your numbers of followers stay the same or they drop. And it'll kind of tell you if people liked it or they don't, or if people are starting to look into your company, or if they're just kind of.
Okay, so you can see how many people leave and come in the door, kind of thing.
Yeah. And then finally, the last one would be the increase in business revenue. So
definitely. Yeah.
If you, obviously, if you release something, or you do something, your company has something coming out, and you can see the numbers and revenue go up, then obviously you're doing something right. If not, then
making money.
You're kind of sitting at, you're just kind of sitting.
Yeah, for sure. And as an actual business for KPIs, you would set a precise number. So we want to see a 15% increase in followers over this set amount of time, or 10% sales, revenue increase at this amount of time. But just hypothetically speaking about it, obviously we're not going to set any numbers, just for this. So
yeah, definitely.
And it's not like you're going to set goals that are unreachable. You're not going to be I want to see 45% increase within
a month.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about something about Twitter having those indicators already.
Yeah, right? Twitter, like I said, I use Twitter just to go look at all the funny videos and all that. Because it kind of kills time in class. No offense, Mr. Weber. I'm not on my phone in your class. But it's just one of those where it's just I finally posted a tweet. I remember it just said, every time there's fog in Lake Wales, I get a Walking Dead vibe.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what it kind of seems like to me.
Yeah.
Out here in the middle of nowhere, and it's just I see little bar graph in the bottom corner. I click on it, and it's like people who viewed your tweet, people who did this, total engagements,
Wow.
likes, follows, retweets,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
See, I deleted my Twitter like I don't know, like a year and a half ago, and then I made a new one. Knowing I already had to use it for this class. Like at the beginning semester, so I had like 30 followers. But I got an email the other day, and it was like, "See how many people have viewed your tweet." I was like,
Oh, wow.
It's kind of a weird thing. So I clicked on it, and it would give me like a bar graph, like between these hours, these days. Like, man,
Wow.
Twitter, like,
everything.
yeah, Twitter really has like gotten big on tracking that, and I think it's
Wow.
largely because like so many companies use Twitter now that like for larger
Yeah.
brands and stuff. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
imperative,
on
to see when people.
like something that I've started to notice also is like if you ever Google, like sometimes like when I'm at home, like back home in Tampa, I always like Google like bars. Like I always Google bars, like what time do they open at, or if they have specials that night.
Mhm.
And when you look, like you'll see a graph also, and it tells you. It pretty much is a bar
Oh
graph.
yeah,
It
like
tells
their
you,
peak performance
yeah,
hours,
peak
and stuff
hours.
like that.
Oh yeah, for restaurants too. Yeah, so
I,
bars.
was like, I saw that one day and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
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 man.
completely. Man. Yeah,
Um,
oh, that's awesome.
So question number 3. Question number 3. I apologize, Mr. Weber. Let me check my cellular to see what question number 3 was. Oh yes. When creating your mobile marketing strategy, do not think about mobile in isolation. Consider how it fits in with your other initiatives. Please explain. So, a lot of companies, when they do like TV ads, like on the Super Bowl or whatever,
Mhm.
it'll I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it'll stop at like a cliffhanger, and it'll say like, if you want to see more, go visit our page on Facebook,
yeah,
or go visit our page on Twitter.
Yeah,
And then if you go on there, which I've done, I've done a ton of times. Like it'll be like Travelocity, and it'll be like William Shatner or whatever, and like something will happen, it'll be caught at a cliffhanger, be like, go finish, I'll be like, oh yeah, of course I want to see the rest of the ad.
yeah.
So I'll go watch it, and then I feel like because you're tying your mobile marketing initiative into your other advertising initiatives, and you can also increase followers off that, it's just all about kind of getting that hand in hand, and there's a variety of ways you can do that. Pretty much every ad you see on TV now, or every time there's like a personality on TV, there's their Twitter handle in the corner.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like the watermark on the TV, but you can still see it.
Yeah.
And it's just like or on the side of buses. Like I live kind of close to a major city, where I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I take my mom to work downtown because she's a nurse. And on the sides of buses, it'll be like a big @ symbol, and then for a business, with their advertisement.
Mhm.
And so you just, it's small. It's kind of minute stuff like that. But if you really pay attention to it, it's just an effort in like a normal advertisement to get people on their social media for advertisements.
Oh, yeah.
And, another way to do that is businesses offer like coupons through Twitter. So if you go on their Twitter, and you get like a code for a discount on the website.
Yeah.
Or something like that, you're tying their Twitter into their actual, other advertising, or
Mhm.
go to our Twitter to print off this coupon to go to our website where you can
Mhm.
get, X percentage off, and it's those kind of things where it's just tying social media into the other advertisements, and then once you click the follow button on social media, and you show up on their timeline forever, then you're always in the customer's subconscious when they go to make a decision.
Yeah.
That's like how you said earlier about the commercial. Like the only one that I could really think of to me, I feel like this is the company that started it. Was always GoDaddy.
Yes,
Yeah.
they show like the sexy Danica Patrick,
Yes,
like taking a photo shoot, and then she gives like take her racing whatever off, and be
Yeah.
like, want to see more? Go to GoDaddy.com.
Oh,
And it's just
yeah.
Yeah, man,
Those
it's just
cliffhangers. Yeah.
and then also like sometimes they'll like how you said about the commercials, they'll put like the ad whatever like in the bottom corner, but then sometimes they'll even like have in the top like hashtag whatever, and it's like.
Yeah.
Like, I always see it, like, I don't even pay attention to the commercials sometimes. I'll just, like, look and be like, hashtag, like, look at the hashtag. I'm like, sometimes I'll just go hashtag, like, I'll just go to the search bar and then, like, just put the hashtag in and see
Yeah,
what people are tweeting.
It's crazy how like
Yeah.
you don't really like actively think about that. Like, wow, they're trying to like get me to go to their Twitter page,
Mhm.
but like looking back on it, in reflection, like that stuff is everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like the the hashtags and Twitter handles are just present in
Yeah.
all kinds of ads.
And,
And that just shows the kind of prominence that Twitter has now.
and even, like, honestly, like, with that, like, sometimes I'll see the hashtag, like, in the commercial.
Yeah.
I won't even search it or anything, but if I
Yeah.
see it somewhere else, like, if I'm reading about it, or if, like, I see it somewhere else, or if I see somebody else tweet about it, like,
Yeah.
2-3 days later, I'm like,
Mhm.
Oh, they're talking about like the Bud Light commercial that had that. Like, it's just one of those things where it's kind of like sticks in the back of your head after you see.
TV shows also have that, like when you just watch a TV, join us in our conversation, and you can just chat with everyone, what's going on, live at that moment when you're watching that TV show. Right?
Yeah. Oh, like a huge one was, like you said, the Walking Dead vibe, but like when they didn't know if Glenn was alive or dead in the last season of The Walking Dead. Like the hashtag, like Glenn dead, like question mark, or Glenn is alive, or whatever. It was huge on Twitter. It was like the only thing that was trending. Like all 5 things on Twitter that were trending had something to do with Glenn. And it's just like, and then they do the Talking Dead afterwards, which they talk about social media, and they do hashtags and contests and stuff like that. It's just like, brands are just, they integrate their social media seamlessly into advertisements, and just, it shows how good they really are.
Yeah.
And then question number 4, Chris, this one's for yours, is to build audience across channels, you should follow which 2 steps and explain.
Yes, the first step that everyone should follow is what channels are you going to present your, product or service on. So, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, those are the really big ones. But then there comes into Pinterest, Snapchat, Tumblr can be one. All these different platforms that you can really hit a certain target market. And if you design your product or service to hit one specific target, you're going to have to find what social media platform they're using the most. Twitter is a really big one. There's a lot of different demographics that pop up on there. But if you're really searching for your large media group, you're going to have to go to Twitter and present yourself in a certain way for that platform. Second, what are you trying to convey to your audience? How is it that you're going to bring in that demographic, and what are you showing them to make them stay? So, for example, if you had a cooking show or like a cooking product and you presented yourself on Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest, and those Pinterest, you can like pin something if you like one of their meals or recipes, and then they get on that and they're like, I want to cook that. Then they see your Facebook and they go and follow your Facebook page, and you show them how to make recipes or just different meals and everything, healthy cooks, whatever. And then Twitter, everyone's talking about it. So you go from one platform to another platform to another platform, which builds your brand and builds your audience. So everyone just comes together, kind of, like you said, seamlessly.
Yeah,
and advertising in that way for everyone to build a bigger brand.
Like you said, you do have to market yourself differently on different forms of social media. So, like, I know personally, like Facebook, I use for like my adult colleagues, like my like my mom's friends. My friends are a little bit older, and like, so I would never post like cuss words personally. Like I don't do it on social media anyways, but like I would especially never do that kind of thing on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's just like basically like Facebook is just like updates on my life. Like, we won this bowling tournament this weekend. It's kind of cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
On the Snapchat, you might be like, getting hammered, Saturday night with my bros, like out at the club in Orlando. And then Instagram, it's gonna be like, selfie Sunday and trying to get the hair looking all nice, stuff like that. Whereas, you just gotta your crowds and that the tone that you use for every channel is different. So I think as a marketer you just have to recognize that and play off that a little bit. I know that they're starting to do advertisements in Snapchat. If you go like the top of where your story is, there's all these different companies and stuff like that. And obviously the ads on Facebook are going to look a little bit different than they do on the Snapchat because the time limit for the video is so limited, and they try and make it as captivating as possible within that short time frame. Whereas on Facebook, it might be a little bit longer, more drawn out ad or something like that. So,
like how you said, like I feel like each like social media platform just has like a different variety. Like I know, like Facebook, like how you said, like you try to keep it clean on Facebook because you have your friends, your mom's friends. Your mom's friend's friends, your mom's coworker, your dad's friend.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like my thing is like you have like Facebook ranges anywhere from like you might have people that are following you that are seniors in high school or just senior citizens.
Oh yeah, like I have friends on Facebook that are well over 70 years old.
Like
and
you
it's
just
like,
have such a wide range. But then like you kind of get to Instagram, you kind of narrow it down. Like you see people, then you get to Twitter, and then it's like like my thing is like with Twitter. If I'm gonna post a curse word, then it's not gonna be anything terrible. It might be like my 3 words that I go to is like shit, damn, hell. Like those are the 3 that you can post about. At least through my eyes, like that's what I like to say. But like still like you don't have like you shouldn't be afraid to post what you want to post because like it's mainly like your friends. It's not like how Facebook is.
Yeah.
And then Snapchat's just like
Dude,
Snapchat is like no holds barred, man. Snapchat
Yeah.
is pretty out there.
that's like, oh man, my mom, why don't you want to add me on Snapchat? Like that's not gonna happen.
See, I don't think I have anybody on Snapchat that's over the age of 25.
Wow.
I don't have like a single adult person on Snapchat.
Well, yeah, that's a small, very narrow road for like what you're trying to hit with specific people.
Oh, yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
your very close friends almost. You know,
For sure.
that's what that group is.
Yeah, like I remember like when I made my first Twitter, you know, back in like I think I made it like my freshman year of high school, and you know, like that was kind of like how Snapchat was before Snapchat came about, where I like really post like what I thought, what I was thinking, like my personal thoughts, and then you know, Facebook was still just for updates. And then my dad followed me when I was a junior, and he got like real mad about what he saw on my Twitter, and I was like, Dad, like you can't hold it against me, man. You know what I mean? Like it's this is like my thing. This is like Twitter's a young people thing.
Yeah.
And then after like 2 months, he was like, "Oh, Twitter's stupid. There's nobody my age on the thing." So he just like deleted his Twitter, and I could just go back and do whatever I wanted on it.
That's the same thing with like Twitter. My mom, like I finally somehow was like, you know what? I let my mom follow me on Twitter because I mean she knows how I talk. Like she knows like whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's not terrible. Like I don't speak. Like I don't have like I'm not a pirate pretty much.
Yeah.
But I was just like I remember one day I posted something. It was just a retweet or something like that. Jacob, what's this all about? I'm like, Mom, gee, for Christ's sake, it's social media. Like relax. Like
Yeah.
it's not anything like major. Like whoa, is it? It's like.
See, that's why my mom would never get on Twitter, but if she did, like, it just would not go over well. Because, like, my mom just does not understand, like, if she hears a cuss word in a song, she's like, oh, no! Like, my mom just does not do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's just, like, one of those kind of parents, you know. I don't know. My mom's really young, too. She's only, like, 42, I think. Yeah, she was, like, 21 or 22. So, she's really young, but I don't know. She just does not do the cussing thing. And so, I don't think it'd go over well if she got on, not necessarily on my Twitter, but on, like, some of my friends' Twitters. And actually, the other day, like my dad got back on his Twitter, and he was like, "I saw one of your friends' tweets, and he's voting for Bernie Sanders. What do you think about that?" I was like, "I don't know, Dad. It's his Twitter. Like, what do you think about that, man? You know, I don't care. You know, I don't care who the man's voting for. It's just like that's his business. Let him do him. You know, let him live."
That's right.
But all right, well, I think that pretty much concludes it. But
That's right.
thank you for listening.